Miranda was taken in by the police. She's letting me babysit right now. I got the kids.
So she really trusted you to watch the kids after being pissed off and the scene that you made and telling me to leave. She's letting you watch our grandkids.
I'm sure it's temporary. She's got nobody else. I'm sure the second she comes home, she can tell me to leave. That's how it should be. So I betrayed her trust. I'm lucky I get to see my grandkids right now.
So you didn't betray her trust by letting me see Charlotte, because that seems to be the case. It's out in the open. That's why she's pissed off now, I believe. Right?
Don't try to do that. Don't try to make yourself look good in this situation.
I'm not trying. But now, instead of you just watching Charlotte, you're watching 2 grandkids right now. Do you need any help with that? Because I know 2 under 5 can be a handful. Charlotte's getting big. Junior's a little rambunctious.
Who's gonna help me? Santa's little elves? Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy? You got a special babysitter that's gonna come and help me? I don't need help, but who are you gonna send?
I'm here. I'm willing to help. You know, despite my flaws, I love my grandkids. I do. I want to be there for them.
Miranda's pissed off at me because of you. I'm in a mess with her because of you. You weren't supposed to see Charlotte. What don't you get about that? You think I can let you come hang out here, watch TV with them?
Well, it was worth a shot, was it not? You can't blame me for trying. How long is Miranda going to be in jail or with the police? Do you know when she'll be back? I would like to see you at some point.
I don't know what's going on with that. I just know they came here. She didn't leave in cuffs. They just put her in the back of the car, but they charged her with assault against your friend, her former mother-in-law.
Well, I've learned my lesson from the past. That's not something that I want to get involved with. I'm not getting involved.
Yeah. That's your friend that charged our daughter with assault. And you damn well know Miranda didn't assault her. She's taking her son back.
David, you haven't been around my family and Joey's family long enough to know the politics. With situations like these, it's just always best to not get involved, and do not, under any circumstance, take sides. You will survive any family with that one, that piece of wisdom.
I'll always take the side of my daughter.
I appreciate you giving me the right back. It's nice that Serafina Town Police, they may be short-staffed and underfunded, but they can still be nice.
Yeah, no problem. You have any questions before I go? I know it's a hectic day for you.
In terms of the assault charges, you brought me here, I'm home, but I have 2 small children, as you can see. Do I have to worry about, I don't know, you guys coming up in the middle of the night to come get me? Another arrest or anything like that? I know I've been charged with the assault and we handled that. Is that it? Do I have to go back to the precinct?
Unless, you're reported for another crime or something like that, or your mother-in-law gets pissed off with you about something else. No, you'll get a letter in the mail with a court date for the charge.
Okay, now hypothetically my mother-in-law stops being a bitch and doesn't want to charge me. Does the court date go out the window at that point?
I mean, if you can get her to drop the charges sooner than later, then there won't be a court date. That's how it works in Serafina Town. But eventually, there is a deadline. You know, there's a certain amount of time. Each case it varies, and the longer the charge sits, the more it sticks. Does that make sense? That's how they do it.
Okay, got it. Right now I have my daughter and I have Junior, and I'm wondering, like, do I have to worry about my baby's father? I have security and everything, but my son's with me. I don't want any trouble with that. Like, you know, I had a custody order before he was declared dead wrongfully. Do I have to worry about anyone stealing him from me right now?
I don't know if you're familiar with the law, but if a death certificate is issued, all custody agreements are void. They're out the window. Even if the death certificate is issued by mistake or under some crazy circumstance where it wasn't supposed to be issued. Fun fact about that, when I was in the police academy, there was a story about that my teacher told us, that years ago in Serafina Town, there was a kid declared dead for like 3 seconds on the beach. And somehow, some way, because there was a police report filed that quickly, there was a death certificate issued, and there was a custody agreement in place. There were other things in place, and it was all void because of that death certificate. The kid was alive while the death certificate was issued, just because the report was put in. It's crazy, but yeah. So whatever the agreement was before that custody agreement, which is obviously you both had 50% custody.
Okay, so Joey can't just take him from me.
Could, but you seem to have a lot of security, so I don't think you're going to let that happen. You know, not every day that the police officer is checked by security guards at the door.
Yes, this is true. You're right. Yeah, you don't know me well, but I'm trying not to live in fear anymore, so yeah, I'm not stressing it. Those were just my questions. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, no problem. By the way, I know you paid bail to get out, or your family member paid bail or something like that, right? I just want to let you know, if you take a defensive driving course here in Serafina Town, you get 10% back on your bail, whatever the amount is. If you paid bail that year, you take a defensive driving course, you get 10% back. Yeah, that's only valid once.
Is that real?
Town is crazy, right?
Thank you for bailing me out, Ma. I appreciate it. You know, when I asked you for help, and you know, I got arrested, and you kind of just stared. I didn't think like you had my back. I thought you were gonna side with Miranda, kiss her ass so you could see your grandkids, but you really came through for me, and I appreciate it. You know, blood really was thicker than water. You really walked the walk with that phrase, with my circumstance. I'm still not happy. I'm not happy that we had to go through this as a family. I know there were things that I did that made me look bad. And the fact that Junior is alive and we have this miracle, and yet we're so divided. We should all be at a table right now, laughing and eating, with Junior at the end, Charlotte with him. It's just crazy to me that we just can't have a nice anything. No, but do you understand it now, Ma? After being assaulted by her, after getting beat up like that? I did not get beat up. This wasn't the schoolyard. I didn't get beat up. So let's get that straight. She was very animalistic, like some raccoon with rabies. I was just taken back where I didn't defend myself because I couldn't believe what was happening. I know, but you went to the emergency room, you hurt your back a little bit. Ma, I know you're tough, you got nothing to prove to me. I know you could beat my ex-wife up if you wanted to,
But you gotta let people in the outside world, especially our lawyers, especially any judge that I go in front of, you got really beat up in that fight. Okay? Yes. I can't believe she laid her hands on you like that, Ma. The level of disrespect. You're taking care of your grandkid. Stop trying to make yourself look good in an attempt to make her look awful. You both, in my book, you especially, sorry, did some pretty bad things. Back in my day, yes, I will use that phrase. I think I'm old enough to say that. Back in my day, I would have never snatched something from Nanny Agatha or my mother-in-law or anything like that. But you see what I'm working with. If she's willing to shove you to the ground and physically take your grandson from you, rip your grandson out of your hands like an animal, do you think that I would have been in the right mind to give her up, like to let the secret out? I was so worried about her stealing my son, and look what she did. She did steal my son. Yeah, that's actually a good argument in court. You were terrified of her taking your son, and she eventually proved you right. She not only took your son, but she took your son from me, physically, her mother-in-law. Even in today's world, just that sentence, snatching a child from your mother-in-law physically by force, what judge is going to side with her? Yeah, you're right, it is. The only bad thing is, she's going to really just use it against me that I hid him. But, I stand by it. I don't care what anyone says about me. I was afraid of her taking my son. This obstruction of justice crap is crazy because I was taking care of my kid. I didn't file any paperwork. I didn't lie to any officers. No one came to me. If an officer came to me and said, "Hey, is your son alive?" Yeah, he's right here. Of course. There's one problem though. You did obstruct justice. You lied during your welfare check. You lied right to that officer. Ah, you're right. Oh, crap. You were the one that called the welfare check. You're right about that. I need you on my side, so I'm not gonna be that guy. I will just say at the moment, Melissa took Junior out of the house. He wasn't in the house at the time, and I wasn't hiding anything. There was nothing. The dog was. I'm pissed off. I'm just gonna say that Melissa took Junior out at that point in time, and there was nothing. I wasn't obstructing anything. If Junior was playing, let me ask you. The toys that I should have realized something was even more wrong, just with all Junior's toys lying around the living room and all of that. Did the officer ask you about that? Did you lie to him about that? I don't remember. There's so much goes on day by day, detail by detail, word for word, that I can't remember everything. I'm one person. I'm not a creative team at Seinfeld, And to live this life day after day after day with no breaks. If a judge asks me some detail like that, screw him. I can't remember everything, man. What am I supposed to do? Take notes in my life? I'm not trying to be mean or cruel or anything like that, but if you carry yourself like this in court, you're not going to win at anything. You have to compose yourself and really get your receipts, and you're being charged with obstruction of justice, lying about your son being alive. That's not good. Jim Carrey had some erratic behavior in Liar Liar.
And he won a lot of cases as a lawyer in that movie. Bad dad, but hell of a lawyer. That was a movie, Joey.
There's a reason I really think, that the universe made me the brother of Joey and Gabby and put me in that family. And I think that it's to bring them all together. Right now, Junior's alive, and that, if my uncle taught me anything and I could take anything good from him, it's that you need to recognize the blessings and not focus on the struggles that come with blessings sometimes. More money equals higher taxes. More children equals higher headaches. New job, new responsibility. What are you going to focus on? Right now, the family should be focusing on the fact that two siblings are together for the first time. I don't like that Mill is upset at Miranda and has a charge against her. I don't like Miranda has a charge against Joey. I think,
Not to cut you off, but I think you need to stay out of it. I do. I'm not just saying that to be a coward or careless, but you know how I feel about the family you just gained, and you have a lot going on. They have a huge mess.
that's the coward's way out. You know what causes families to spread apart and drift apart in anger and all of that? It's when all the egos get inflated, everyone's out for themselves. Being a family is like being on a team. Everyone should be on the same page. And I think they're losing that focus.
Brian, you didn't really grow up with siblings. I think you're misreading how simple a family can be. Siblings and mother-son dynamics and children involved. There are so many moving parts, so many emotions, so many egos, a lot of pride. It's not as simple as, hey, everyone sit down, let's talk this out. It just doesn't work like that.
You don't have siblings either.
I know, but I know families fight. And there are families that fight more than other families. And you've gained one that seems to just thrive off of fighting and drama and paternity tests and custody battles over and over, and you're happy. I mean, you're not happy right now because you're grieving your uncle and trying to run a mega church that you're not calling a mega church. You have enough on your plate. I'm just looking out for you. I don't want you to break your back because of someone else's drama. You're right, they shouldn't be fighting like this. But you're not Superman.
I'm a problem solver. And I care about my siblings. I care about you. We all shouldn't be avoiding one another, you know? Joey should be able to co-parent with Miranda. Mill should get along with Miranda. Everyone should be doing what's best for the children. What? What's so funny?
I'm not laughing. It's just the way you think of the kids. You would make a good dad.
Yeah. But I'm never having kids. So, this is my family. And I want to take care of it. And I want everyone to get along. I want the days to be empty. I don't want there to be drama for people. I know I have a lot on my plate, but I do well when I'm distracting myself with problems bigger than me.
You have to handle your own stuff, though. You have to grieve. You have to handle the debt. All of it. Not play Jerry Springer.
I know. But maybe one day Charlotte will look back and realize, yeah, I'm not her dad, but I cared enough about her family to fix it. How about that?